Hi there, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Ever since I was a kid, I loved comic books and had a huge collection, which I traded with other kids. I do believe that if I had kept them, just put them away in a box, I could have easily retired on a tropical island, as I'm sure some of them would have become very rare and sought after by collectors, just like my baseball and hockey cards, if I'd only known. I once bought the first Mad magazine, and I'll bet that sucker is now worth quite a lot of money. It was certainly a favorite of mine as I browsed through it, I don't know how many times, its satirical pages created by some of the best cartoonists of the day. I'm not sure which I liked best about comic books, the stories or the drawings. However, one thing for sure, they certainly had an impact on my life. Because later on, I went to art school for 4 years and actually made a decent living as an artist and even a cartoonist. Hard to believe after so many years, but I was once offered a job as an animator and background artist on the Flintstones in Hollywood. I turned it down though, because I didn't want to draw that sort of comic book and cartoon character over and over and over again. It was hardly a high-class Walt Disney production like Bambi or Snow White. When my 3 daughters were very young, I began writing a poem about a brave knight, Sir Jay, and a fiery dragon, Scorch, a dastardly prince, and of course a fair damsel. I usually wrote a verse a day and used to read it to them at bedtime, much to their delight. Unfortunately, my wife and I divorced before it was ever finished, and I put the verses away in a drawer. However, a couple of years ago, I came across the poetry and decided to finish the tale of Sir Jay, because I wanted to know how it ended. One of my favorite comic characters that appeared in the Saturday comic section of the Vancouver Sun was Prince Valiant, and my illustrations are somewhat similar. I'm hoping that after the entire poem is finished, I'll self-publish it as a comic book. And here's what the first few pages should look like. And you can be sure that I'll be giving each of my daughters a copy, and maybe the grandkids too. Won't they be surprised? After so many years, it'll finally be finished. I'd really appreciate it if anyone who has watched this video up to this point would leave a comment and tell me your thoughts about Sir Jay. Also, let me know if you would like to see more of the poem and illustrations. I've put Sir Jay on the back burner for the time being, but perhaps I should keep on with the poem and post each page when it's finished. It's not like I'm a healthy young man anymore. My life is more like a crapshoot now, just a roll away from snake eyes. I've lately sketched out a woman holding a samurai sword, and I'm going to be using a fountain pen to ink her in, and after I get her inked in, I'll be using these colors, acrylic colors. It'll be much like a watercolor, but I don't have any watercolor paint, so I'm going to use this. They work pretty good. And I'll be using brushes much like this to paint it. So, without further ado, let's see what happens. hope you enjoyed the pen and ink drawing of this sexy action-type woman, Samurai Sammy, or Sammy Samurai, holding a deadly samurai sword, as much as I have creating her. Sort of a catchy name, don't you think? Come to think of it, she might make a good action hero comic character. Perhaps a small dagger hangs at her side, and when she unsheaths it, the weapon morphs into a deadly samurai sword to smite her enemies. She could have some other secret powers as well, like her long black boots with stiletto heels. Her character kind of reminds me of the Tarantino movie Kill Bill, starring Uma Thurman, of which I'm a big fan of all his movies. Who knows? With so many Marvel hero characters on the big screen nowadays, maybe Tarantino or some other movie director or producer might be interested in a female superhero. Her tongue as sharp as a samurai's sword. Anyway, as usual, thank you for watching my YouTube channel, and if you enjoyed it, please leave a like or even subscribe. Peace, eh?